Hello class, we're about to start lesson 5, line plots. It says the same kind of information that can be expressed in a frequency table, see page 288, can also be expressed in a line plot. A line plot shows the frequency of data along a number line. Study the following example. The Student Health Services Department at a university surveyed several students and asked them how many times per week they visited the school's gym. The following frequency table shows the results for several students. Next, the Health Services Department decided to create a line plot in order to see the distribution of gym visits. Each X represents a student. So as you see here, we have a number line, and they have the number of students above it. 0, weekly visit was 1, you see 1X. Here with 1 visit, it was 2, and so on. You can see from the line plot that there is an uneven distribution or arrangement of students across the numbers of possible gym visits. 3 visits per week has the highest frequency, meaning the more students go to the gym 3 times per week than any other number of weeks. You can also see that the data range extends from 0 visits per week to 7 visits per week. No student visits the gym more often than that. The data point showing the one student who visits the gym 7 times per week is an outlier. That is, a data point that is distant from where most of the data is clustered. The mathematical reasoning test may ask you to identify highest frequency, range, and outliers, or it may give you some data and ask you to place X's or dots on a number line to create a line plot. It says here, use the following example to study these concepts further. Students in Miss Jones's class took a math test. Their scores on the test are displayed on the line plot below. Each dot represents a student, which grade displayed the highest frequency. Okay, so now, if you notice here, the one that has the highest frequency has the most amount of dots, which would be C. More students received a C than received any other grade. Therefore, grade C has the highest frequency of any grade on the line plot. The range of grades on the math test was from D, the lowest grade received by any student, to A, the highest grade received by any student. Okay, now we have the practice here. It says for questions 1 and 2, choose the line plot that matches each frequency table. Use choices A through D below for both questions. Zoologists have counted the number of stripes on certain zebras in a zoo. The set of data from these observations is represented by the following frequency. Okay, as you see here, we have the number of stripes. We have the number of zebras with that many stripes. It says which line plot represents this data. Okay, so now we have A, B, C, and D. Okay, so A and B here, if you notice, we want to see if this represents what we see here. So this goes from 24 to 32, which we see here. Now 24 has 1X above it, which we see here on C so far. 25 has no X's. 26 has 2 X's. 27 has no X's. 28 has 2 X's. 29 has 0. 30 has 2. 31 has 0. And 32 has 1. So our answer here would be C. So we would pick C for the answer. Okay, so again, that was number 1 was C. So now we go to number 2. It says at a certain elementary school, classes may have different numbers of students. The following frequency table represents how many students are in the classes this year. Now, if you notice, for 24 to 26 is none. So you should not have any X's on 24 to 26. So far, B is that. Then 27 has 1, 28 has 1 according to the table. 29 has 3, 30 has 0, 31 has 1, and 32 has 2. So your answer here would be B. Okay, now we scroll down to questions 3 and 4. This is a very short lesson, So these are the last two questions for this lesson. It says questions 3 and 4 are based on the following information. Juana runs a community garden. She is interested in how many different types of vegetable garden members are planting. She collects the following data, and they have the different names and types of vegetables planted. Okay, number 3, the line plot below is based on the information in the table. Each point represents one of the members of the community garden. Place as many additional points as necessary to complete the line plot. Okay, so for number 3, they're actually having us do the line plot. So we do 1 through 8. Okay, so we got 1 through 8. So now when we look here, we have 1 through 8. So we're asking ourselves, how many people have 1? It's only one person that has 1. So we have 1 dot on the 1. So we have how many people that have 2? We have 2 people that have 2. So we'll do 2. So here you will put 1 here, and then you will add another one here because it already had 1. So 3 people that had 3 was 1, 2, 3 people. So that means we will have to add 1 extra dot here. So that'll make it 3 dots on 3. Okay, now 4. How many have 4? We have 1, 2 that have 4. So we have to add 1 extra dot to the 4 to make it have 2. Then we come here to 5. There's none that have 5, so 5 remains blank. So we go to 6. We have 1 that has 6, so the 1 that remains with 6. Now we go to 7. There's none for 7, so 7 remains blank. Now we go to 8. There's only 1 for 8. So this is what your plot should look like after you add in the extra dots. And to prove this, we should count how many people we have. We had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we should have a total of 10 dots. So that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we do have 10 dots. So we did this correctly. Now we go to number 4. It says which value, number of types of vegetables, has the highest frequency in the data. So if you look here, the highest frequency in the data would be 3. Has the highest frequency in the data, which would be 3. So that'll be B. So it'd be B3. So that would be it for this lesson. And so I will be uploading this on YouTube, and have a wonderful day.